Wow. Well, we're just talking about how interesting it is that this is called, are you with your cellmate or your soulmate?
So, just the names make me laugh, you know?
Because there are times when we feel like we're in prison with somebody who we're supposedly in a great relationship with, whether it's romantic or a business. You can feel imprisoned if you're with somebody who, is a complainer, not an appreciator.
Right, not appreciator, you know? And in a cell, you're stuck with him. It's in one room and you have no place to go. So whatever garbage that depend on you, or whatever complaining and stuff, you have to take because you have no choice.
Exactly.
It's not that you can go to the next room.
Also, in addition to what Danny's saying is, if you get vibrationally, you pick up on everything in a relationship, whether it's a business relationship, a romantic, or you're in a relationship with yourself, and you're secretly complaining about your life, putting people down, feeling lack-minded, like this person is vacuuming here in the middle of us. How dare they actually keep the Breakers Hotel clean while we're
in the
filming
Breaker, by the way.
In the Breakers in Palm Beach. So what we wanted to get to regarding Cellmate or Soulmate is we have a wonderful way of dealing with our finances, paying checks, paying bills and stuff.
We have a beautiful way because what we do is we're imagining that we are donating this money. Because why we donating this money? We're donating the money to the electric company so they can pay salaries for people that work on the electrics
and their children.
It's
a
fueling
really good feeling. And thank you, electric company. We get to have electricity. Programming ourselves, those of us that are consciousness, because we all have patterning to go past. People often say it's not dopamine, it's data. Just get out there and do it. And although inspired action is a big part of it, we have to reprogram. We have to get conscious of what we're feeling, because often we're not, because it's so familiar to act a certain way. So nothing against our parents,
right,
or teachers or whatever. This is just more fun, and there's more flow. And of course, the happier we are about giving, money or whatever we're giving, the more it flows back. And that's just law. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, and also what we're doing when we having bad thoughts like that.
I feel like a big cat being patted by the
So we have a trick also if we have a bad thought or something not right.
Or we start inadvertently complaining about somebody, or somebody complains about us, right? So what we do is, and many of you know this one because I've shared it, on my lives, I believe, and in some of my videos. It's called a complain orgasm. It's just a silly way so that you don't. Our cells are listening. Our cells are marinating in our thoughts and feelings, regardless. So instead of holding it in our bodies and, magnetize, because we're all magnetic. We're magnetic. We don't want to, if we're complaining, we're going to, attract complainers or people who want to complain about us or so on and so forth, right? So all you do, it's super, super easy. So let's do it together. So you guys do it with us, okay?
Right, so we create an imagine ball.
An imagined ball. Right, like a mime bowl, and we pretend that we're puking any of our complaints into the bowl, but we're doing it with a sound that's silly. So the sound is blah, 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 okay? And we're looking into the bowl, but we're doing this because it came out of me going, what would I like to complain about today? Because I kind of make fun of myself. Oh, I'd like to complain about them, and I'd like to complain about, that political whatever. I'd like to complain about the way that person is handling our business. I'd like to complain about Danny's glasses. They're just not cute enough. Yes, they are. I'd like to, you know what I mean? So, and I was doing this with mine, and I said, let's put that into a make-believe. So we're putting all of our complaints into this, in this imagined, as Danny says, bowl, and we're puking it out like this. So here we go. So we're like this. So look into the bowl, with us, look at the bowl, think of anything that's bothering you, go like this into the bowl. With your fingers. And then throw the bowl into the ocean with a sound. Whoosh, or shh, or poof.
Could be ocean, could be your bathroom.
It's just that little movement that makes you feel your physiology is shifted, and it's so silly and so simple. You do that 3 times, and you're gonna think, what am I complaining about?
Exactly. You change your thought, you change the mood of your thought, and you don't think about it anymore.
And they're these
you don't talk about it
small, exactly. And they're these small, and then you don't attract and magnetize, cockapoo people who are feeling, or they're not cockapoo people, but they're in a cockapoo mood, like we all get. We're not above it, but it's the consciousness. So the playful little stress stress management exercises that I share and that we share together on our, relationship strategy series are very, very effective.
Right. They decided to vacuum the floor in the bags.
Oh, they did. I'm not bothered by it. I don't think they are either. So here's what we want to go to next. But before we introduce our next,
our next guest.
Our next guest. It is kind of like a guest. Okay, here's the thing. Phil Rosenthal, the executive producer of Somebody Feed Phil. And it's so funny, there's a woman who's of course a guest of the hotel, and she's on the phone over here. The absolute nerve that other people are going to coexist with us in a hotel, So we could go like this. Let's go into the bowl. Okay, here we go. Come on with your hands. Okay, so the next thing that we're doing is Phil Rosenthal. Oh, I think she's kind of she's wanting to upstage us.
Right, so Phil Rosenthal.
Who was the executive producer of
he's from the show I Love Raymond. He's the executive producer of I Love Raymond.
Yeah.
And the new show, Somebody Feed Phil.
Yes, which is great on Netflix, by the way. Yeah. So Phil found us because we used to be professional dessert reviewers, and shout out to Around Wellington Magazine and Kristen Martinell. She used to publish us once a month.
We used to eat 2-3 cakes a day.
But back to Phil. So he found a video because we were hired to be reviewers for a wedding planner, and Phil Rosenthal found one of my videos on Facebook and contacted us and asked us to meet him in Miami, which we did. But by then, Danny and we were professional dessert reviewers, many of you know that, the sweethearts, right? And so we were reviewing like 3 or 4, different desserts every week.
Every week.
It's not
2-3 of them every day.
And you can't like spit it out, what I mean? It's not like being a sommelier where you take a little sip of wine and it's acceptable. Because
you have to swallow
the owners are right there, or the bakers, and you don't want to hurt their feelings. So we were like worried we were getting, pre-diabetic or something. And so Phil invited us, we went to meet him, but we had kind of thought we're gonna have to get out of this unless we start reviewing like really super healthy desserts. But have you ever eaten tofu cheesecake?
Oh my God, it tastes like a carton board.
Cheesecake is like chewing a sneaker.
No.
And nothing against anyone who loves tofu desserts. It's just we're from European backgrounds, so
we decided to bring this element of cake to
back. Because we're not angels.
Right, to end of episode of the...
Only because once a week, to be completely authentic, Danny and I do have a naughty dessert, just once a week. We've really toned it down. We got healthy, we've done cleanses where we, got rid of some excess baggage, shall we say.
Right.
And so because of that, we're going back to once a week capping our relationship strategy series.
And to finish the episode, we are bringing a cake.
So
bear in mind, because
out.
we are once a week, we bring in the best we could be. So check this one out. It's a pistachio cake.
Look at that. This is from Le Bille Bouquet here in Palm Beach.
Right, and look at the box it comes with.
Today on the Funway Runway.
Oh my God.
Look at this gorgeous gâteau. So this is pistachio.
Right.
Are you jealous? Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so we're each going to take a bite. And Danny's, of course, he is, by the way, he has a new, wait. He has a new position. And it's called CUO. Instead of a chief, executive officer, he is a chief uplifting officer. So if he gets cranky, he doesn't get any cake. But today, he's been a very good boy.
Yeah.
This cake is too good to mess up.
You know one thing, as soon as you have a cake,
I must have silence. This is so good. Oh my goodness, it has some beautiful liqueur.
Wow.
Isn't that good?
Just really like pistachio delicacy.
It has raspberry filling?
Yeah. Pistachio delicacy.
Let's do a Phil Rosenthal. Because this is a shout out. We're going to send this to Phil to tell him we're back in the game. And, he goes all over the world.
When he finds something very, very good, he does
And if he wants to, we will take him to the best
bakeries
or restaurants with the best desserts. We'll take them to Le Bille Bouquet. So Phil, when you come to Palm Beach,
we'll
we
show
will
you
be
the
happy.
Best places, yes.
Yeah, even though we're kind of out of the game in terms of doing this full time.
Right.
We're back to being called the sweethearts.
We still can pick up a good cake.
So let's do it, Phil. When he does this? He does his little Phil dance. Come on, camera. It's like, ooh, this one's for you, Phil.
For you. And then he gives this big smile.
Ooh, and you're like, he sees huge blue eyes, right?
Right. Yes.
So we love you so much. I hope these stress management strategies came in handy.
Yes, definitely.
And do you have anything else to say?
Came handy to me. I don't know about anybody else, but coming handy to me.
All right. Lots of love.
Lots of love. Bye-bye.